It was the 4th of July weekend. We were cooking out in the yard. He was at his dad's house. So make sure your father brings you home, and I'll see you later. He said, all right. We hung up the phone. I'm just a poor wayfarer. At about 7, his friend calls and says, Ma, where you at? Ma, where you at? I said, why? Pop's not with me. What are you calling me for? He said, Ma, where are you at? I said, I'm at the new house. Why? What's wrong? He said, well, Jeep been shot. I'm going there to see my father. I'm going there, no more to roam.
The Trinity Boston Foundation has a mission of changing the odds for Boston youth. And through our direct service programs, TEEP, Trinity Boston Counseling Center, and Soul Train Boston Runs Together, we have a deep impact on a few hundred youth and families across the city. But if we're going to change the odds for Boston youth, we have to have a much broader impact. We have to have a systemic impact. And that's why we created Bostonians For Youth.
I can recall looking at the news and seeing these kinds of things taking place and saying, no way. I could never. I don't know how they're going to move on. I don't know how they're going to live. I don't know how they're going to make it. There is no way, if that happened to me, no way could I. And bam. Suddenly, there I was with those questions in mind. How am I going to do this?
Instead of allowing the anger and the rage and the pain to consume me, I had to make a conscious choice based on who Lewis was, based on the values, based on my upbringing, based on what God is asking us to do. How do we transform pain and anger into power and action, showing society that young black children do have goals, visions, and dreams, and it is up to us as a community to provide the foundation and the care and the support.
A long time coming, but I know change gon' come. Oh, yes.
Not only do we need to build models that support kind of the individual development of the young people in this area, we need to focus on how we rebuild the family structure so that they can also support their children and work in partnership with the organizations to create that village, to sustain programming that's going to help prevent violence.
Every child is going to make a mistake. I don't care if they're 35. He was somebody's child at once, you know? Someone failed those children. So now we cut them off at 22 and 24 and 18, or if they're out of high school, we're like, they're not children anymore. They should be accountable as this and this and that as adult, you know? Which they just never got what they needed when they were younger. So now that these adults, so-called adults, are in a place mentally, they're like mentally poor.
I'm like a true believer in non-violence because it's happened to me too many times and I'm ready to see it go away, especially in Boston, especially in Mattapan. And I just want to see all the youth get together and be awesome like we can be and be a community and happy.
Vision, you know what I mean? That's what kids need. They don't have that. It's a lack of vision. I want to show that to the young people, you know, whether they're on the line of becoming high risk or they're not.
But I'm afraid to die, 'cause I don't know what's up there.
When you first walk into any school, I think in Boston, there's metal detectors. So that's automatically one sign to show violence, danger in our community.
I know dark clouds will gather on me. I know my way.
On my way out, I can still see his face to tell him to have a good day. And when I open that door, I can still see his face again. And this is why I just, right here, the first thing I see and the last thing I see.
Each victim belongs to somebody. And if we do not provide the comprehensive wraparound, seamless support to all families when a homicide happens, then that cycle of violence will continue.
And for us, getting to zero is really developing that deep sense of interdependence and interconnectedness, that when a kid gets shot, that's our kids. We're all on the hook. This isn't somebody else's problem. This is our problem.
If our goal is really to get to zero, we need to collaborate on our resources, our staffing, our skills, the expertise, the love, the nurturing, the discipline that we as organizations are able to put together.
If we all looked at life and believed that every life is valuable, regardless of, then we could get to that point.
I see it like that. You know, your child is my child. Your mom is my mom. You know, brothers are brothers, no matter what color. And I just try to spread that as much as I can.
I'm willing to do whatever, so no other mother from this point on, if I can help it, have to feel the pain that I endure every day.
A change is gonna come. Hey, hey.
Well, the thing, he was laying there. One shot. Right here.
A change is gonna come.
I know my baby's fine. I know he's fine. And I'm okay. At this point, I'm okay. But I'm missing Billy. And as soon as I got out the car at the other house, they let off fireworks.
It's gonna come.
And for me, my baby, I finally gained his independence.